Okay, the recording is running. So again, I'm glad you joined today. A very rainy day today here, at least from my window point of view. But thank you anyway for joining, and we will be talking about the golfers today, a very special target group for Mauritius. And I would like to invite everyone to use this opportunity to discuss the potential of the destination as a golf destination. We want to see how the market, the German market, is doing, and what we can do as the tourist board to bring back many golf tourists. And also there are maybe some interesting insight of how the pandemic changed travel behaviors and so on. So therefore, we want to learn from each other, and we have invited some experts here today, which I will introduce to you later. So on our plan today is after the welcome, I will quickly wrap up the two phases of the opening of Mauritius. As I said, we are very much looking forward to the 1st of October, our big news. And we'll give you some insights what's happening now and what will come during the next month. And we have prepared a small number of questions for our speakers so that we can discuss around these topics and gain many insights on the German and Austrian market. And please feel free. We have some golf experts on the call. I see. Please just use the chat. I will try to see it whenever possible. If I don't, please my apologies, sorry. And we will be able to answer in the end some remaining open questions. So, who's on the call today? My name is Kerstin. I am responsible for the German and Austrian market for MTPA, especially looking after the trade. And I am working here together with my colleague Connie, who will introduce herself now too.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Connie, working with Kerstin for MTPA Germany and Austria, and wishing you all a great forum call today.
Thank you, great. And we here in Germany work closely, of course, with our head office, with Jean, Robin, Sinat, Avent, the director of the MTPA, and of course with many of you. So whenever you want to reach out to us, we are always happy to have a chat and to see how we can bring those customers to Mauritius. So, but my big thank you goes to our panelists today, who will share their views on the markets with us, who are real experts. And I would like now to present yourselves maybe and your company in a few words so that everybody knows who you are. Maybe we can start with Katharina, so we go ladies first, and then we go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Kerstin, and thank you very much for inviting me to this panel, which feels like a great honor. And actually, I've seen the participants. I know most of them. It's so nice to at least to talk to you today and to hopefully being inspiring and informative. I am especially flattered because I'm not a big volume bringer. I don't have golf groups. I have individual clients traveling to Mauritius, but I've got a very long history and love for Mauritius. So this is also my aim, to help where I can. And I look forward to the next hour with you and to discussing the very interesting questions. So maybe
Thank you very much.
My company, yes, I'm a deluxe travel designer. I'm based south of Munich. I'm currently alone in my office, so I have a very close one-to-one contact to my guests, and therefore a direct feedback also regarding the worries and hopes of the guests and their expectations.
Thank you very much. Who wants to go next? Ergül, maybe?
Of course. Thank you very much, and a warm hello to everyone, to our friends and hoteliers in Mauritius. My name is Ergül Altinova. I'm a former PGA professional, and with our brand Golf Extra, we are one of the actually stakeholders in the European market, and quite a bigger company. And with the two brands we have in our portfolio, I have close to 30 staff members based in as well in south of Germany, in Heilbronn. That's 1.5 hours south of Frankfurt. And yeah, I know all the golf courses and most of the nearly all of the 5-star properties we have we have in Mauritius, and it's a great honor to be here and discussing the, let's say, the restart of the destination of Mauritius.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to hear what your favorite golf course is later, maybe. I will pass the word to Mario.
Yeah, hello and good afternoon from my side. My name is Mario Schomann. I'm the CEO of Golf Globe. With Golf Globe, we are golf travel specialists covering the German-speaking markets as our clients, source markets. And on the other hand, we also produce the entire golf travel business of the major tour operator TUI, TUI, and its brands TUI and Air Tours. We are based in Hanover, as TUI also is. And yeah, thank you for the invitation. And I look forward for the discussion. And I see that there are a lot of people whom I know from the markets, our tour operators, but also our partners from Mauritius. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, everyone, really for joining, for taking the time. I know it's busy times, and we are starting with again with the businesses we talked earlier. So it's really appreciate that you make yourself free for this hour of discussions. Yeah, you have seen a little bit our audience. And we have a lot of representatives of all kind of Mauritian hotels, DMCs, and many more. There was founded a joint working group, which I would like to present to you, which is in no specific order. Diana from the Southern Cross Hotels. We have Liza of Constance Hospitality, Isabel from MG Holidays, Joël from Sun Resorts. We have Jean-François from Marriott, Patrick from the Radisson Hotels, and Michael from Heritage Resorts, who is also founder and member and ex-president for the Mauritius Golf Tourism Association. So looking forward to see your comments in the chat and to have this discussion ongoing. So thank you very much for your attendance. And yeah, let's take a look on what has happened so far. Mauritius has opened its borders on the 15th of July with some restrictions, which are called the phase 1 of the opening, which is until the end of September, which is just around the corner. That's when fully vaccinated travelers can enjoy a hotel holiday in paradise in Mauritius. Children do not need to be vaccinated, and customers can stay in the certified COVID-safe hotels, use all the hotel facilities, the beach, the pool, and of course also the corresponding golf courses. And they need to have the PCR test before arrival, on arrival, and on the 7th day. And after that, they are free to explore the island and to use other golf courses that may not belong to the hotel. And yeah, of course, as a tourism board, it's always our goal to have the people see the island, see the country, experience the people and all the unique selling points that make Mauritius so special, like its food, its history, the many religions coming together and living in peace there, which is really like a special feature of a holiday in Mauritius. And we have successfully almost passed phase 1. It's also a kind of a test how things are going, and we are now looking forward to October and moving strongly towards this direction, and to have everything, all the protocols and measures in place. Yeah, then we come to the phase 2 as of the 1st of October, which is our big date, the full opening of the island for fully vaccinated travelers. The rules for who belongs to the vaccinated and not remains the same. We will keep the rules for unvaccinated travelers until the end of the year, so that they need to be in a hotel room quarantine. So we are more focusing on the vaccinated travelers. They only need a PCR test 72 hours before the last point of embarkation, and then they are free to explore the island right from the start. And that's also when there will be more flights going out from Frankfurt and from Paris, from Dubai, and so on. So we were keeping busy, and our big goal is to raise the demand again. We've been a little bit silent during the past month because we were not open, and now we see the light at the end of the tunnel, and reactivating all our activities. Our trainings were one of the main topics in the last 2 months. I think I've held a lot of webinars actually, because there were a lot of questions out there, what can be done or cannot be done, and so on. And then we want to not only go well for October, but to go back to where we stood in 2019, which was a really good year after all. And we had, just to give you a feeling, we have had 130,000 visitors from Germany and 18,000 from Austria. So Germany and Austria are really close to the heart of Mauritius, because they are one of the main source markets after France and UK. And of course, golfers are an important part of this. So that's why we jointly combine all our powers. We have been very busy, and also are trying to be back on the map. I hear some echo right now. Maybe you can, I think Ergul, you are on. Thank you, great. So there's this joint working group, which I introduced to you earlier, and together with the head office and with here the local insights, we are seeking like the best and most effective opportunities to get Mauritius back on the map for travelers, and really make them want to go and to book in the end with you, and to make them have an incredible stay in Mauritius. So that's why we brought everyone here today together, so we can discuss how the destination can be more attractive for golfers, how the travel behavior maybe has changed, and would like now to invite you, Katharina, Ergul, and Mario, to give us your insights on the different topics. So let's start with maybe a general question. What's special about your customers? Are there special needs that they are looking for when booking a vacation or a golf vacation? So maybe you can talk a little bit about that. Who wants to go first?
Okay, then I start again. Well, the customers are looking for good air connections to start with. They want easy access. They want short stays in airports where they have to change airplanes if necessary at all. So they are looking for comfortable ways to travel to Mauritius. And hearing that the frequency of planes will be increased starting October, this is of course very important. Currently also they are looking for flexibility. So most hotels already have very short cancellation rules in place. So this is very good. And in general, also the guests look for quick reactions. And that's what we also all need, even though now suddenly there's lots of work to do and maybe not all the teams are in place, but we need to be quick because competition worldwide is really big. So this is in all respects in terms of reservations, confirmations, also tea time confirmations. The quicker we are, the more reliable we are for the guest, and the quicker comes the booking.
Great, thank you. When you say flight connections, does the rules about or do the rules about the golf packages influence the customer's decisions as well?
Yes, you mean the rules of the golf packages?
Yes, of do I have to pay for it or not?
Oh, that's very important. Yes, it's a big plus for Mauritius that golf most times is included. So the guests are looking for included golf possibilities, the golf guests, of course. Yes.
Of course. Okay. Maybe we go with Mario. What do your guests look for when they are seeking for a vacation?
Well, of course, generally our golfers, these are clients which are looking for quality and service as a basic fundamental thing for their trip. These customers have an income which is above the average generally. So they really look for comfortable products generally, service. And you said it in the beginning, and I think that you with Mauritius have the best conditions for that. You offer the paradise. So in terms of the destination, in terms of the hotel products, the golf courses, everything is there already. So it's all about having the people there and letting them relax, especially after this period of COVID. And I think this is something which we need to discuss also today, because in my point of view, at the moment, the clients, they have even a different demand in terms of their holiday. They want to escape. They want to escape all these rules of COVID, for example, which we have here in Germany. They just want to go out. They want to have a change of their home and don't want to see their garden every day. So it's very important to see that these clients have a big demand of escaping and offering them a very safe environment. And what I would definitely recommend is, I think what you are generally planning in terms of your strategy, vaccination, and these things, this is really good, what you are following. What is important in my point of view is once the customer arrives, he shouldn't read all rules which there are. Try to offer him the vacation without any restrictions, any rules, and any laws. This is something which we tell to all the destinations and all the hotels, because this is what I hear here from our clients. They are really fed up with all these COVID restrictions and rules which have passed, all which have taken here by our government. And so just offer them paradise, and I think then you are on your best way.
Yeah, great. Well, actually, we do still have the masks in place for now, and we don't know when this will change.
Definitely. Sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt. No? Sorry to interrupt, but I don't mean that you shouldn't follow these kind of rules, but it's the way how it is communicated. I think it's all about communication, because what I saw in some hotels in other destinations, also here in Germany, is that once you arrive at a hotel, you directly get the list of the 20 rules you need to follow once you are there. I mean, this is important, and I don't say that these should be forgotten, but don't present that directly in the beginning. Do that through the back door. Don't
in a more charming way.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean.
Yeah, definitely true. Of course, totally agree. Security is one of the top priorities, and remains. That's also a reason why the rules have been pretty strict for Mauritius in the past month. But still, I think that Mauritius as a destination, I have actually been to Mauritius in March last year myself, so shortly before everything started, and we knew what was coming, but still I was there and I knew it, but I was so amazed by the country and everything around me that it wasn't like when here in Germany, when it sometimes feels like a heavy thing on your shoulders that you are carrying. It's more freely exploring.
That's
So that I think
exactly. Sorry, but that's exactly what I mean, no? Because COVID here in Germany, Austria, Switzerland was very, very present throughout the last 2 years. And people just want to go out and they want to forget that for a while. Of course, they want to follow the restrictions, but it shouldn't be in the foreground. That's only what I want to say.
Yeah, great, thank you. And maybe if Ergol, you want to add something, or we also have a question regarding the green fee policies, because Mauritius, the golf courses reintroduced the free green fee policy, difficult word, sorry, in 2021, 2020, 2021 for clients that stay at the golf resorts. Has this affected in somehow the golf traveler's decision, or in general, are they influenced by the decision where do I have to pay a green fee or not?
Let me say a few words, please, to your first question. I think regarding the, is everyone hearing me? Because I read that someone can't hear me clearly. I hope everyone can hear me. I think
I can hear.
The most important thing for the restart is, to be honest, is just a clear message from the destination. That's very important. And you have your rules until end of September, and then from 1st of October, you open the borders for vaccinated people. And I think this is very clear. And you should, as a destination, you should communicate that much clearer. And before I go to details like green fee and is it like this and do I get so first thing is for me definitely clear message from the destination nation. What is the situation? What kind of rules we have? What we have to respect and what we have to follow up. And the second thing is just the people want just clear messages. They don't want to be scared about the healthness, and as well scared about the losing maybe money and what kind of things. And I think also this is very clear, because some of the hotels, and they did, in my opinion, maybe the other hotels, they don't respect it. Amazing job, like you can book and you're unsecure, you don't feel good, you can just cancel free of charge. And I think this is for a destination like Mauritius definitely the right message. And the third, and I think that could be maybe the biggest challenge in the next few months, is just being 100% sure that the flight companies are really flying and they're not canceling because they have only 30% or 25% of the occupancy of the planes. And if we get this, I'm sure Mauritius is on a great path to success. And very honestly, I told that many friends, I mean, they have a lot of friends now joining these things. in my opinion, Mauritius was and is 6-star destination, and they should not try to build bigger hotels and get green fee included. At the end of the day, the clients, they're coming there, they don't care if they pay for a green fee 100 euros or whatever. And this is my opinion. It's the capacity of the destination is not so big. So in this case, I'm sure it shouldn't be any problem to find the right people to coming and joining this beautiful product. And I don't want to actually, honestly, to lose too much time now with you guys, because we know that Mauritius is one of the best destinations we can find in the world, and even for us golfers, because with these amazing golf courses. So is the package included or not included? I don't know. Is that really so important for the people when they book, I don't know, the best hotels in the world? It's a question mark. It's just a question also to the other colleagues.
Yeah, maybe you can. How do you see this point?
Well, I'd like to add that it makes life easier to sell. You know, if you don't have to explain that the green fee is 15 euros, or which is just a marginal contribution, it's much easier to have it included in the hotel rate. So it makes the whole process quicker, instead of explaining and what it is used for, because even this little contribution is so little that sometimes the guests have been asking, but this, why is it so cheap? And then, you know, it goes all about this. So I totally agree that it's not the important factor as such, but it makes life easier not to have it. And thanks, Ergül, for that. I was also thinking about it. Smaller units, smaller restaurant units, smaller hotel parts, or more exclusive areas will give the guests a feeling of safety, especially in these times, that they are not using a big buffet, but menus being served outside, and that there are no crowds around. I think that sums it up what the guests are looking for right now.
Well, if I can add something, I would agree also. I mean, between the two of you, Ergül, on one hand, I completely agree. We don't need to sell Mauritius over the price, because the client definitely will pay it. So normally there shouldn't be a discussion if a green fee has to be booked on top or not. On the other side, I think what you mean, Katharina, is, and I agree with you, it makes the selling process easier if it's already included, the green fee, no? Because then it's like all-inclusive, one package. So could be a little bit easier in terms of sales, but generally the target group is 6-star, as you say, Ergül, or 5-star. It's one of the greatest destinations on earth. So you don't need to compete in terms of pricing. You even don't need to think about that.
Actually, if you really think about it, and if you compare with European destinations, pricing is fantastic in Mauritius. Pricing, service, quality. So that's maybe a topic that we could stress a little more often, that it's really a fantastic package for a very reasonable price that the golfers can get there.
Yeah. You've talked about all-inclusive on a different kind of understanding. There was a question before we talked if your clients are more interested in booking all-inclusive packages in terms of the meal plan. Because of the COVID and pandemic situation, or if that hasn't changed at all.
For that, I have a very clear opinion. I'm very honest. I would never ever go for a destination like Mauritius for all-inclusive concept for food and. But I'm not talking about half-pot. I'm talking especially for drinks, and I would not add it. It just and please don't. You know, sometimes people or destination, there are too much question marks themselves, and that's fine. But don't change your strategy every 2 years. Don't change your strategy every year. That confuses the people. And Mauritius is a high-end and absolute top destination. And yes, I'm a fan of half-pot and give the dining around concept. But let the people drink the wine for 50 euros, and you will have people that want to drink, have the bottle of wine for 2,000 euros or whatever, and just let them choose there and their cocktails or whatever. That's my opinion, and I would definitely go 100% for just a maximum half pot, and never ever I would like to see a all-inclusive hotel, like it's that in my opinion that's a wrong strategy for Mauritius. I'm very honest with you.
I think that well, I agree on that. We don't need to have that in Mauritius at all. But I think what we also need to see that is that the golfers are a very hybrid target group. There are golfers traveling in Europe with their groups, for example, and these golfers really are orientated at the price. And then there are long-haul golf travelers traveling to Mauritius. So this is, in my point of view, almost a complete different target group. So regarding your target group, you really don't need to have that. You should, that is what Katarina said, I agree. You should concentrate on what you deliver as a product and put that in the foreground. And then the client directly sees that he has a big value for money if he travels to Mauritius.
Yeah, very interesting. It was well, for me as the representative of the tourist board, of course, I would like the people to go out and make use of the destinations, which they do more when not booking all inclusive, of course. But from a pandemic point of view, if it's maybe more safe, or I don't know what the perception of people is, that was a interesting point that you gave your opinion. So that was really interesting. So I've already gone to the next page. What would be very interesting is what people are doing right now. Are they more keen to book again? Are they looking for long-haul destinations? And maybe if you have some top sellers for winter golf holidays, that would be very interesting.
Maybe I start with this question. It's where we have, like, I don't know, 250, close to 300 products worldwide in our portfolio. Really, we're providing the whole world. But the last 2 years, everything concentrated just in, let's say, 10, 15 products. And of course, mostly for us was the winner this year, Greece. It was amazing. And when I see what we are doing just with one resort, it's just unbelievable. They did a great job. And the problems that we had in April, May in Portugal, that really hurts a lot, because the people are still not really trusting 100%, booking and rebooking the destination. So Europe is doing doing very well. But just again, just a few destinations. I'm quite sure with the UAE, Abu Dhabi opened the borders after nearly 18 months, or will open the borders. And for me was Dubai one of the big winner the last winter, because they came up with a very clear message and said, okay, whatever it happens, we pay for 2 weeks, hospital costs and what kind of cost, and we bring you back to your destination, or to your house, or to your home. And it was packed. Me personally was 10 days in Dubai this year in February, and I thought there's no COVID. They just had a normal life, and so I'm quite confident that Dubai, Abu Dhabi will be also the good this coming winter. And I really count on Mauritius. I'm very honest. There's one
good answer.
No, I tell you, because there's a partner, she's just joining this as well. We started maybe a little bit too early, but I went to this partner, and we discussed it about a strategy when we knew that the borders will be open from 1st of October. And then we spoke with Condor, and we brought some packages out, and we had some bookings. It's not like huge, but there was a partnership with this hotel, and it was great, and the message was clear, and the message was really amazing. And now just this week we sent also something with another partner. It was also very successful. And the request for long haul journey, like destination, Mauritius is very, very positive. I don't see any business to USA. I'm very honest, it's still closed, the borders, and I don't think they will open it until end of the year. And Asia is still very problematic. We don't have any requests for, Vietnam, Thailand. It's still very quiet for them. So it's you guys on a very good track, in my opinion, and just keep it simple and just go forward. And that's what I think. That's what I believe for Mauritius. It's going to be one of the winners if everything stays like that. And your opinion or your commitment to just let vaccinated people into the country is just clear, and that's fine. That's good. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. Katharina, do you see people booking again? Is it rising? You mentioned earlier that you have a new Mauritius request, so it's
yes,
good
actually.
to hear.
Yes, I'm not good for the big statistics, but yes, I have demand for Mauritius coming in. Slowly. I think guests are still waiting if Mauritius will really be opened on 1st of October. And they are still a bit afraid of these turnbacks, and if it's really safe then to travel and to commit to travel. So this is one thing that in communication should be very clear, that this date is fixed and also the strategy is fixed. I have demand also for different target groups, honeymooners, quite a lot, who have postponed their weddings and are now eager to travel. And I would like also to stress that it's a big chance now to really push and get out with the words that Mauritius is open, as it's worldwide in long haul now with our starting winter, the destination to go for golfers. Actually, they cannot go to other interesting golf destinations. So this would be something to place campaigns in and to stress this topic, not only for golfers, but of course the target group is so interesting and so important for the island.
Definitely, that's what we are trying to do, to spread the word that everybody knows Mauritius is the place to be for winter, autumn, and even next year, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mario, what do you say? What are your clients? Are they confident to travel? Are they more looking into short haul or also long haul?
Well, generally, the clients, of course, everybody is a little bit afraid about what will happen next winter. Also here, German media, for example, is starting to talk about the fourth wave and all these things. So clients generally are a little bit unsure, of course. Not a little bit, they are unsure. And I think if you really communicate it very strongly, that you open it, in terms of PR, in terms of media, then you will really have a big chance this winter, because I also hear that from our TUI colleagues. And by the way, hello to Goni, who's also in the round attending the group here. I think Goni will agree with me that also from her or from their perspective, long haul business is not working in all destinations, only in a few destinations. So therefore, these long haul destinations who really open themselves and who communicate that very well, these can be the winners for the next winter. So it will be only a few who will make the business, but there are still clients who want to travel long haul. So it's all about communicating. It's safe here. You can relax. You can come over and you can have the best time of your life. And it's all about communication. And then generally, to finalize that, I would agree that, well, also for us, Europe, of course, is demanded most. But nevertheless, there is a demand for long haul. And I think if you do that very clever, you will be maybe the winner of the next winter season.
Fingers crossed. We are strongly working for that, definitely. is there certain trends in terms of what the customers are requesting, such as topics like golf and wellness, golf and dining, or are they more like freely looking for vacation and a good place to stay, or is it that specific?
Maybe I can say a few words as well. I really believe that beside of golf, and of course you're looking for great weather and great products for golfers. Specific for golfers is food and beverage very important. You know, like just having, again, if you go to a long-haul destination, staying there minimum 7 days or 12 or 14 days, you don't want to eat every night in the same restaurant or whatever. So I'm a big fan of really variety. I'm a big fan of different restaurants and dining around concepts, and of course spa. But again, guys, most of the top hotels, they have everything what those kinds of clients are looking for. So it's great properties, weather is just nearly guaranteed, great golf courses, and if the food and beverage and is fine, it's great. And again, you know, like Mario and Katarina, we travel worldwide, but I can tell you the difference, it's always the people. You know, people who loves to work in a hospitality, people who loves to answer the question on the reception, people who are kindly to our guests, just going the extra mile. And it's the same for us. It just, we have to go also for this extra mile for our client to convince them to book with us, and that's what the other colleagues as well do. But it's very important that, you know, in the destination, the staff members, they're really just doing a great job and give the clients, everyone a special touch, everyone's special feeling. He's something, you know, something unique, something special, and that's what the people are looking. And that's your need, your very clear position in the market. And again, that counts for me as the owner of this company, and that counts for each of the hotel, to just convince the clients and say, listen, the hotel, there may be better hotels, but the staff are so amazing, and we have clients that are just going for staff members to somewhere, you know, and that counts. So the people, the staff, they can do a big difference between the properties and between the products.
Yeah, great. That's a good point about Mauritius, that it's not only the hardware, let's say, of the hotel. Do I have a spa? Do I have this or that? But the software, the people, and the people you surround yourself in your vacation. Mario, Katarina, do you see any specific topics, or would you like to add something?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, if it's a question how you should concentrate on your marketing as a destination, I wouldn't concentrate this winter on specific trends or specific sub-target groups. Just concentrate on paradise and safety. Safety in paradise. That would be my slogan, I would say. Deliver the best holiday, the best relaxation, and on the other side, you can feel really safe here when you come over. And I think, and then of course, combined with a clear communication, what do you need to follow? Which kind of rules do we have? I think this is something where we need to differentiate a clear communication in advance to the trip. And then once they are there, just forget about COVID. Be here and relax, be our client, and then they will be happy and you will be also happy.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nothing to add
Great, all one opinion. That's good. I take that slogan, safety in paradise. I like that one. That's good. Well, are you facing some challenges where people say, when you are proposing Mauritius, then is there some points where people say, maybe another destination would fit better, or something where Mauritius could improve?
Well, I would directly say the only thing which at the moment is a barrier is flexibility. So cancellation policies. This is the only thing. And because this is how people at the moment decide about destinations and about products. I mean, on one hand, it's rules. Can we travel to Greece, to Spain, or to Mauritius? And what happens if we travel there? What do we need to do in advance? But then the next question is, okay, and if something happens here in Germany and I can't travel, can I cancel? So this is the only thing at the moment where they decide between specific hotel products or between destinations.
I agree with Mario, and I would add just one more point: communication between the properties, between the sales departments, and between the tour operators. Really very, and Katarina mentioned that's also in the beginning, we need a very quick, very trustable communication between the sales departments, because things change every day, every week, and communication is very important as well between the sales departments and us tour operators and the salespersons in our offices.
Maybe to add a trend or challenge, I realize that my guests want to know really everything and every detail, and they really check also different room types and which one is renovated. They check TripAdvisor, holiday check. They like to be really well informed. And sometimes I have the feeling that probably I cannot provide it in detail, so I'm checking TripAdvisor myself to find out. So like the reliable communication. Also, I know so many colleagues in the audience that are really reachable by phone. And this might be a new challenge for us to really stick more together and get the information the client wants reliable.
Yeah. I totally agree. From my side, I receive so many requests and talking on the phone and explaining this and that, and this works like this, and that's like that, but still you're gonna have that incredible holiday. I see that like the demand for information is rising so much, and we are trying to provide you with everything that we can, and that's really a challenge, definitely. And you have to maybe touch a booking 2, 3, 4, 5 times, because something changes and the next day it changes again, and so on.
Isn't this amazing? Access to information in the internet is like enormous. It's too much. So in the end, the guest comes back to us to get the reconfirmation. But then, of course, we need to be precise and correct. So yeah, I think it's amazing.
No, personal consultation is so important. Yes.
What I would suggest is, for example, some other destinations also do that. If you could provide us as a tour operator on a, let's say, on a weekly or 2 weekly basis with a very short update report. How is the situation in Mauritius? How is it developing? Are there some news? How are the clients feeling? Well, I can only speak for myself or for my company, but this always helps us, no? Because then we have some information which the clients maybe don't know by looking online, no? Because you have the insider information.
That's a very good idea, and yeah, definitely bringing it on the table and discuss it. That's an important point. Yes. So I think we've talked a lot about different topics. One question that I have received before was if people, due to COVID, are traveling more in groups or more on an individual basis, or if there can be seen some differences to pre-COVID times.
Maybe I can say something about this, because through our golf product we have 3 different departments. We have the department traveling with the PGA professionals. So I'm one of the travel partner of the PGA of Germany, and then I'm the exclusive travel partner of the Swiss PGA. So this is one part. the other parties, we have group in events travel. So that's why I'm right now in Como with 12 people, 10 people to joining Como for 1 week. And the third one is just the individual traveler. So, but one couple, two couples. The first department where we started already 3 months ago to work 100% in my office was the leisure, the FIT department. So, and I see still a big challenging for golf professionals to getting these 7-8 people together. And let's say we canceled 2 or 3 trips already with group trips where we couldn't find like minimum 10 or 12 people. But we know at the other end, we have in November a group with 120 people going somewhere for a golf tournament. So it's, I think generally that is my opinion, that groups, it's a little bit more difficult, and I see especially with the PGA golf professional. And this is not the only reason, because they're providing groups with 7-8 people. Then there is another reason, because the golf professional has been busy in the last 2 years as they never was like in the last 10 years. A lot of new beginners came to the golf courses. I heard from golf courses they have had 120 people would join the golf club, and that's when I was a golf professional. That was 30 years ago like that. Every year we had 50, 60, 70,000 new beginners, and COVID brought a lot of golfers to the golf courses in the German-speaking market, and that's good. That's good for us. Hopefully they stay. All of them stay. Let's say minimum 50% of them stay. That's again potential clients for Katarina, for Mario, for me, and of course for the destination. But I think group trips. Some of them, they love it. And but if I would say that's leisure travel is much more requested than group trips. That's what we discover here in our office.
I see Mario and Katarina nodding. You agree?
Yeah, it's the same with us. It's at the moment it's a bit more difficult for the groups. The share of the individual travelers FIT has increased, but I think after some time also the groups will come back on a stronger basis. No? I think people now, they just here in Germany, they need to get more certainty about what happens with COVID in the next 6 months, let's say. And the safer they feel, then they will start also traveling with groups again. But the restart was dominated by FIT.
Mm-hmm. So many groups had to be cancelled, like study groups, educational tours, and they just didn't take place because the minimum participants were not reached or whatsoever. I'm not talking about golfers now, but any other groups. So I think that our guests also refrain from booking groups currently, as they will probably not materialize. So it's a catch-22 situation. But individual travel is definitely more in demand now for all the different target groups.
Yeah, definitely. For the individual travelers, we've also seen, or the general trend is that people tend to book very last minute or very much in advance. Can you confirm?
That's I can confirm as well. Correct. So we have you're getting a request for next week or 2 weeks, or then you have a request like next year February, March, and generally golfers they book really far in advance, especially long-haul to vacation. But things change, and I really hope that we get, let's say, in the next 1 year, everything a little bit in a nice balance. But it is indeed in the last 6 months a lot of I don't like the word last minute, but it was much more closer the dates of departure. They requested some trips. Correct.
Yes, sometimes this is quite challenging also for us, no? Because then we come back to communication between tour operator and the destination. There we need to get quick answers, no? And there also the destination makes the business which is reacting the fastest. So, for example, there are FIT travelers requesting their Mauritius trip once that is possible 5 days in advance. That will happen. And then we need a direct reaction from the golf courses or from the hotels, for example. in terms of tea times. So this is something where I would like to say also today, this is something which was sometimes challenging for us, especially also in Mauritius, that we had some delays of reactions and answers in tea time reservation processes. So there, now we should also both work on so that we have a very, very quick process, like maximum 24 hours request is being answered with tea times, and then booking can be done. This is really important.
Okay,
Mario,
great.
I totally agree on that point. It's after, you know, the most challenging two things after, you know, one destination after the other one just closed in March, then the last let's say 15-16 months was very challenging to reach out our colleagues all around the world, or where we could potentially sell something. That was very, very difficult, you know, because hoteliers, they just send the sales guys and just stay at home, and they never replied emails. It was so challenging to get answers from the colleagues. And that last year in autumn, I said, if the tourism industry doesn't believe in the restart, if they're not coming back and working, I had a hotel partner, sales guy, who served breakfast, you know, in Portugal, and I get mad. I'm honest, really, because he's a salesperson. He should be in touch with the tour operators and not serving breakfast because there's COVID. And this is, in my opinion, a wrong message to the market. But those kind of things we discovered, you know, in the last few months, and I really hope we have to believe it in our restart. We have to fight, each of us, for the restart and convince our clients and give our clients a good feeling that they book the trips again, and hopefully step by step we're coming to a normality and to a normal life, and that's what I'm really hoping for the future.
It's good to see, because I'm following also the chat channel here, what Michael just wrote, that in the future you will put all your golf courses online so that we can check the tea times. This is perfect, no? Just to have something where we can check with our team and directly get the availability, no? Then we don't have the delay of some days, and then we can directly book the trip. There was one more question regarding golf bags on airlines, if that should be free or chargeable. Well, in the past, that was always a sales reason in terms of an airline, where we could say, for example, Emirates Airline, they didn't charge in the past, so you can sell that easier. But from my point of view, that was the past, because now the client just wants to travel. I actually think that we as a tourism industry have now the biggest chance in order to get the right margins, which we maybe never had in the past, because the appreciation towards the trip, the holiday, the vacation has increased massively since COVID, because people now see how valuable that is to travel again. And therefore, I think that can be an advantage. What you, Michael, what you just asked with the golf bags. But at the moment, I don't think that this is the key selling argument. No, it's about communication, speed, be quick, and offer the best value for money in the end. But you don't need to sell via price. You have quality, and this is what you should communicate.
Actually, there are some examples in Europe that I experienced where the reservation teams of the hotels work very closely or same for the tea times and, say, golf bag rentals. So the response towards a room reservation comes immediately with the tea times requested and further information. And other resorts where it's separated, it just takes so very long and leads to misunderstandings, further communication, many emails, until finally a few tea times could be booked, or even a golf bag. So this would be a good idea or an idea for the hotels to check out whether they can combine both reservation teams, golf and hotel, to make it quicker and more accessible for us.
Can I add something regarding the golf bags? I really think at that point it's not so very important, as Mario mentioned, but it will be again very important, because I tell you something, we have some destination, like if we fly with Aegean Airlines to Greece, they just take 80 golf bags, and then you have 100 golfers on the plane, and it doesn't work. It's really important. I think I'm not sure about how much we should charge or whatever, but sometimes I really believe, like, Emirates was in the beginning, free of charge. The last 5 years they're charging, and then you have to add another 5 kilo, 10 kilo, and Lufthansa, I think it's now 350 euro to bring the golf bags to Mauritius, to return. And this is, in my opinion, it's like you're judging the golfers. It just you want to do something bad. If you see you get a flight for 900 euro in the eco and you pay for your golf bag 350 euro, I don't believe it's the right message. I think the golfers, they're fine to pay something, but is it really necessary that I pay 350 euros for golf bags? In this case, maybe I should come and buy 200 golf sets in Mauritius at the airport and just rent it there. So this could be also maybe a business model, like Costa Navarino. They have 200 sets. They just sometimes, because of the Aegean Airlines, they just give the rental sets free of charge to the clients. Otherwise, they are not able to come with golf clubs. So it's just the message what you're giving to your clients. And I see, honestly, I understand that they need some money, but 350 euros to just carry my golf bags with the plane, I don't know, is that the right message to the clients? This is my opinion.
Fair enough. Totally understandable. Mario, you want to add something, or?
No, I agree with that. And what Ergo just said is rent clubs in the destination. No? This is working very well in many European destinations. And Ergo mentioned Costa Navarino in Greece. They have the best quality club sets there. This is really, really good. And it's a benefit for the product. And so I would think about this as Mauritius, also maybe as a product component that you just offer, that people can rent new golf clubs, new ones with quality. This is important, so that they don't need to send everything with their flight, and they don't need to carry it to the airport. No? It's a service component, and you should think about that.
I would do that, honestly. Just get an agreement with one of the suppliers, is it TaylorMade or Titleist or whatever, or Callaway, and just change the golf clubs every year. And you hit stuff numbers, and I promise you will earn money end of the day. Just buy 200, 300 set. 2 or 3 people were taking care about these clubs. They look after it, and they clean it, the nice bags and everything. And that's a business model. If I knew I have new sets there, when my set is 6, 7 years old, I would of course pay 100 euro and to rent the set of clubs, new one in Mauritius, and don't need to carry my bag. So it's definitely a business model which could work for Mauritius.
Yeah, thank you very much for the input. Very interesting. Now a little bit, a difficult question. I think we have talked a lot about what makes Mauritius special as a golf destination, so I would skip that one. But an interesting question would also be, do you personally or your clients have a favorite golf course? And for your clients, is Mauritius a one golf course only destination, or do your clients like to do a little bit golf course hopping?
Well, currently, I always try I very much like to make island hopping in Mauritius in different hotels. So whenever I talk to a golfer, I ask them if they want to play all the golf courses, especially the first timers, or if they are ready to move hotels and then spend 1 week on the East Coast, 1 week on the West Coast, and play all the golf courses. Currently, I have the impression, and the answer is now it is no, we just want to relax. So currently, I think the guests are a bit tired and they want to be pampered and just enjoy paradise and not move around. But some guests also are very, very willing to do this and explore. So the keen golfers, first timers, they tend to book multiple courses. The ones who just stay in one hotel, actually, Belmar Plage is very, very present all the times because of the 2 golf courses, and the clients know that they can play 2 golf courses. So it's very much in fashion. But yeah, so that's a trend actually. It's both for the time being. I think the one hotel stay, multiple courses available. I think this is currently the trend.
I think if someone travels to Mauritius, either he was already many times there and he knows exactly what he wants, and if someone is traveling to Mauritius the first time, it's so important to discuss with clients about his needs. So if you know you have amazing 10 golf courses and he wants to play everyone, it's very important that we talk about the logistical things. So should we combine East Coast with West Coast, and then Mauritius, you know, far in the north, and even Avalon is from east and west, always 1 hour away, and yeah, Belombre as well in the south. So it's very important to talk to the clients, and if someone is willing to change the destination, you know, staying 1 week in west and east, that makes things easier. Then he has got the possibility to play all the golf courses. But then you have like you know, then you have Paradis. You just walk to the golf course, and you wanted to play 18 holes, and then you after 9 holes said, no, I'm going to the beach, and after you go there and you play the second 9 holes, and their clients, they say, listen, this is amazing, it's just enough for me, I don't need to have a, I don't know, Tamarino to the other golf courses 1 hour or 30 minutes travel. It's very important that someone knows the destination very well. And it's a small island, but still, you know, travel from east to west, it's just 2 hours drive, depends on the, even 2.5 hours, depends on the traffic situation. What I did many times, and maybe you should really also advertise this many times. I'm sure 5 or 6 times I did these helicopter hopping things. I love it. It just you have your transportation with the golf bags, and then we booked it through Air Mauritius. They pick you up, and then you get your departure. You play 18 holes, and coming back, and then you have the view of over the island. It costs a few euros, definitely, but my clients, whenever we did it, they loved it. It's an amazing experience.
Well, I would just like to add that for me, Mauritius is not a one golf resort or one golf club destination, because the golf courses, there are so many really, really nice, beautiful ones. So what our experience here is that people are really looking to play more different golf courses. But of course, it always depends on how many times have they been at the islands, and where are they located? No? But generally, you have such a beautiful golf destination. So that would be, let's say, a waste of golfing time if you only play one golf course the entire vacation.
Yeah, sure. Too much options, definitely.
But
so
if you want to lose few balls, you go to Ila Surf, and it's a tough golf course. So it's, you know, again, Mauritius is such a great island with a great golf course, great product. So it's there's really for everyone something. So it's great. It's if you really feel like you are Tiger Woods, then go to Ila Surf, and then you lost 20 balls, and then you are grounded again as a golfer.
Yes, true. Yeah, just to wrap it up, maybe you have some final words on the perspective of Mauritius during the next few months, and also for on a longer point of view. Maybe you have some final words for us.
Can I start, please, and allow me to say a few words to our hotelier partners? I think the last 1.5 years, 2 years has been, it's 1.5 years, very challenging for all of us, and with the COVID. But I really highly recommend our hotel partners. They should just be a little bit more focused on the small boutique travel tour operators. I spoke last year in summer with a hotelier, one of the big tour operator. They still owed him €500,000 and he didn't get his money. I don't know when he did get it, but you know, like we small ones, we pay in advance. Your hotelier is getting your money, and there are a lot of beautiful, amazing small tour operators, boutique tour operators like us. They're in Virtuose, they're in Traveler Made. There's such a big potential, and I really believe that in the last 15 months, when COVID came up, a lot of hoteliers, they realized, wow, these small ones, they really produce as well. And just change your focus a little bit away from the big ones, from the global players, because at the end of the day, we saw what happened with the global players. They didn't have been on your side, but we small ones, we have been always on your side. And again, the hoteliers pushing us always before our clients checking in and asking for the money. I'm sorry to say it very open, but at the end of the day, we are colleagues and we want to be, you know, getting better and start asking for the money, and we pay. We are more than happy to pay in advance. But other tour operators, you know, the bigger ones, the clients comes, they check out, they go, and 6 months later, you don't still have your money. And that's changed the rules. That changed the balance of the market, I think. And if the hoteliers and the owners, they rethink a little bit this situation, could help us a lot in the future. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's my last word in this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ergül. Katharina, you want to say something?
Yeah, but I mentioned before that right now is a great chance to really push I think in short notice travel, Mauritius will be very, very good this winter. So if we communicate strongly, then there's a big chance. And this also enables us to forward this demand and the knowledge about Mauritius into the long-term situation, to position Mauritius as a golf destination really strongly in the market again. So putting power into the communication right now will be very useful in the long run. And yeah, I look forward to that. I look forward to seeing Mauritius grow again and prosper.
Us too. Thank you very much. Mario.
Well, generally, I think we have said all the things. I think you have a lot of chances with Mauritius. We should work very closely together. Communication should be very, very quickly. So we should work hand in hand. I also represent with Golf Globe one of the big guys in the market, TUI. So I have a different opinion on that. I think that the bigger tour operators also had a lot of pressure throughout the last years, and it was difficult for everybody. So I think we should start from scratch. And on the other side, I'm also a smaller boutique tour operator. We also have, of course, our own business. So I think a very close cooperation with a smaller golf specialist is also very helpful. So there is market and business for everybody, I would say. We just have to be clear, and we have to communicate always what is happening in the destination so that people are certain and feel safe to travel. And then, well, to everybody out there, thank you very much for attending and for having this discussion. And I wish you all the best for the next winter season to come. And I very much hope that we will see us also in person again soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One last question, which I find very interesting because we talk a lot about communication. Are there any channels that you prefer to receive your information? Is it newsletters or telephone or direct email? Are there any preferences?
Well, it should be as fast as we can do. I mean, of course, sometimes the phone call is better. Sometimes the email is better. To see us, also the online call works really, really well. So we can also do that in case of discussing some strategic things. So We just need to select the right media for that. But of course, the fastest way normally is if you send out the email, which has to be read, of course, then quickly. But just use whatever suits. The only thing is it needs to happen quickly.
I have another suggestion, because time is such an important factor, and the amount of online webinars and email newsletters has increased so much, it's almost impossible to keep on track with all that. I would like to suggest like templates for social media messages. So if important messages are coming out, give us small tour operators templates that we can just alter, change a little bit, and then forward or post in our media, so that we don't need to translate it ourselves, look for the photos, find the right keywords. Then this would enable the whole trade to be very efficient in promoting Mauritius now.
Good point. Good point. Thank you. Okay. So again, thank you, everyone. If you would like further questions to address, maybe you can send it to me and I can pass it on. I don't want to stress your time anymore. I know we are over time already, and really appreciate that you took the time. It was a great discussion, very interesting. I think we can all appreciate it very much. And we keep in touch, of course, and let's make Mauritius, to the beautiful destination that it is. I wish you a great rest of the day, and hopefully see you soon in Mauritius then.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the
Thank
best.
you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.